What's up? What's up? Doing a special episode of Agents of the Nerdy Drawing Edition. I've been doing these hanging draws, where I just put out a link where people can jump in and chat it up while I'm working on stuff with other creators while they're working on stuff or whatnot. And they were pretty cool. Kind of gives me back the vibe that I had when I was in college working in the dorm. And, we'd be all out in the lobby drawing and watching movies and chatting it up and things like that, or hanging out with my roommates and doing work, or back in my old apartment, doing freaking all types of artwork with Danny, Ren, and Vic, and then hitting a Waffle House late at night, or something like that. So, and I wanted to do some talking with some people that saw some Mandalorian, talk about a couple posts that we got going on there, and I'm continuing this effort to brand and expand Agents of the Nerdy as much as I can here. I got my boy joining me here.
What up?
If he wants to, he's more than welcome to show what he's working on. I today will be working on a Hotshot page from issue 11, which I think we can go out here and say I wrote the issue, and Daddy Cooper's on the edits. He's on the letters. Veronica Smith's on the colors. I had Victor has been consulting on the issue, and Lori Foster is going to be inking the issue, which I'm super excited, because now I'm focused back on like just the pencil aspect of it, and because I don't know if it's like this for everybody, but when I've just started doing the digital thing, I've kind of like taking my pencils to a certain level where it's really tight, like sketching, but really, really tight sketching, and then going to the inks. But now I'm kind of getting to work out the pencils all the way, and then I get to pass that buck to Miss Lori Foster, who I've dubbed AKA New Life up in this bitch. Because she gets it in. And I'm also doing a page that's not too revealing, so not revealing at all, really. You don't know what's going on here, so it's not spoiler. You're more than welcome to ask me questions if you want. I won't be answering them. But oh, hold up, we got Mike in here with us.
No, that's my extra camera.
Oh, that's your extra screen. All right. Cool.
It's giving back noise, so I probably won't do it.
Oh no, just you can't mute it.
I'm trying to, but it won't allow me to. That's what I'm trying to change. Give me 1 second.
Hey, let me see. How about now?
Let's take a look.
How about now? I don't hear any sound.
I can't hear it now at all.
I muted it.
Sweet.
What up, Danny J. Quick? What up, Daniel Calvin? So we had a little pre-conversation in the room. I just put up this post, right, of this father and son who camped out at GameStop for 2 days and copped him a PlayStation 5. I put it up in Agents of Nerdy, and I was just like, man, so is this a waste of time or not, or whatnot? And I was surprised at some of the answers I got. Like immediately, people came in here and said it was a waste of time, but then on the other side, other people was like, man, this is dope. This is a dope little hangout thing that they got going on, or whatnot. And I was speaking more so of father son hanging out. I can give two craps less what they're getting. I used to go to midnight premieres all the time when we had them.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I went to a midnight release for a Harry Potter book with Danny Cooper. Mm-hmm. Me and Danny Cooper got there about 6 hours early. We had, we were out there. We were hanging out. I forgot what system. I think PS Vita was a thing there. We had our Vitas. We give each other bathroom breaks. One of us will go get food and come back, and we sit in line. We were geeking out with everybody about the anticipation of the Harry Potter book. It was like an hour, maybe. It was maybe after 12. It was like an hour before we got our book. But when people got the books, they still stood there hanging out and reading it. Like, dude, that's dope. I love that. Like, I thought this was pretty fun for the father and son hanging out. Like, I could just see them now at their house planning, plotting, or dad coming home and like I could just picture it. I might make a comic strip. Dad coming home and busting in his son's room. You know what we about to do, right? I know what we about to do. We about to go get that PlayStation 5. I got the next 2 days off, boy. What you trying to do? I got you, Pops. They go up there, they ordering Uber Eats, they hanging out, probably playing on what's that new game? That Nintendo Switch. They probably out there kicking it hard. And then they got the PS5. They got the PS5 for the retail price, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that's a blessing because I heard like on GameStop, like they didn't have a lot of systems. Like, yeah, you had to be there or be square, and like once they were out, they were out. Like, it's like this thing is crazy. And five's no joke right now. It's like the hottest commodity right now.
PlayStation announced it is the highest, it's the most systems that they've ever sold, which I think is unfair because it's a bunch of bots that are buying their system.
Right. And that's what I was talking to you about earlier. I wish like they should like get a new law in place, man, for scalpers and shit.
Dude,
it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Danny J. Quick says, somebody say spoilers. Potential, depending on the question you ask, Danny J. Quick, I may answer it. I'm working on a page from Hotshot right now.
Like, do you use a specific system, or do you have a system in place when you do these comic pages through Procreate?
What do you mean?
Like, because when I did mine through Procreate, I didn't have like I was trying to find a cheat sheet and shit. Like a app or something. But are you doing this like individually all by hand?
Yeah.
Oh snap. Okay.
If I'm understanding your question, yeah. Like this page right now, I don't think I used any reference on this page. So this page was complete.
You did all your, so that's all your, okay, got you, all your line work.
All right, so I got the $13 version of Procreate, which comes with perspective tools, which I really still haven't mastered. But when I'm thinking about my layout, like this background, those boxes, I use the perspective tool to make the boxes so they're all nice and straight. That's why you can see that grid on there right now. So it's like an assisted layer, so I can draw straight lines on that no matter what. And then I did my layout, which is just sketching it out. And now, because the great Lori Foster is going to ink my stuff today, or ink the pages. Now I'm just doing some rough pencils over top of it, try to get the oh shoot, I'm on that layer. And now I'm just doing some rough pencils to try to
yeah, because when I did my I did I tried to find like a cheat sheet so I didn't have to draw the boxes and shit.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, man. There actually I have when I can't think of layouts for my boxes, I have like a JPEG image of like 100 page layouts with boxes on them, and I just grab one off of that.
Yeah, and it's
I can send you that.
Yeah, send me that for real.
Daddy says
my screen for my third one is a mic request. You tell me what to draw and I'll draw it.
Oh shoot.
That's
shoot.
what my screen is for. Yeah. So you choose what I draw today.
Have you drawn Ahsoka?
I'm working on that.
Oh yeah, you are working on that.
Working on that right now as we speak. I don't know if I'm gonna do like the full Mandalorian like Ahsoka. I'm thinking about like doing like cross reference from like Rebels Ahsoka and Mandalorian Ahsoka.
Oh, that's fine too though.
Yeah, I might do like a little trade up. So, and just slap Rosario Dawson's face on it.
Hey, you got to make it do what it do. I would say, I don't know, man. Let's get some Ventress on there.
Who?
Ventress from Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Ventress. The woman with the two lightsabers. She was a Sith.
Yeah, the Sith, like with the ball-headed shit.
Yeah, she looked like she right up your alley.
All right. Let me pull a little reference. I'll draw her today.
All right. Thaddeus says a father and son bonding is real. As a father, I could tell you there's nothing more valuable to me. Yeah, man. I called up Danny Cooper, and I can't say the whole aspect of it, but I was telling him I was trying to make a responsible financial choice for something, and that I wanted to do, but I knew it would not work out because of the age of my kid. And Danny Cooper ended up coming through for me. So that's what a brother does. But so he definitely understands that. I guess he could hear it in my voice when I was telling him. So I appreciate that. Daniel says, I think I went to the midnight release party for Goblet of Fire, the book, at Barnes & Noble's, but we went home early and my dad picked up the book from Barnes & Noble's the next day. Yeah, man, the midnight releases jump, man. I love midnight releases. Way too many people are buying them in mass and flipping them for amounts. It's obscene. Absolutely, I agree. I absolutely agree. And apparently, as people have been saying, that's not PlayStation and Xbox's fault. They should make enough systems. I think so, personally, in my own opinion.
I agree.
More systems you make, the more money you make. I just don't understand that. But I worked at GameStop before, and the thing is, they don't want the systems on the shelves. As soon as they go in the store, they want them immediately sold out, which increases the demand for them and makes them look more, driven than they really are or whatnot. They want them to be sold out. They don't. That's their thing. That's why they don't create enough for them. Or if they do have enough of them, and they just slowly leaking them out. Yeah, but the stores do, Walmart, Target, I think they do need to have apps and stuff in place to stop bots from buying all these damn systems. I don't even want a PlayStation 5.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, one dude bought like 3,500 PlayStations, and it's been selling them for like $1,300 to $1,500 a pop. Like,
yeah.
And I like, what's his name? Posted one person fucking like selling them for $23,000. I'm like, who's gonna buy a system for $23,000? That's a car.
Dude, that's a car, right. Freaking, there's this new Rogue action figure that just came out from Marvel Legends, and this dude posted in the Marvel Legends group 9 of them in bag that he just bought from Target. Like, dude, why? I mean, I get why, but why are you being like that though? Like, get 1 or 2 and call it a day. Danny J. Quick says Lori is inking issue 10, not issue 10. Danny J. Quick, she's inking issue 11. Yeah, so that's some hotness that I'm excited about and looking forward to. I don't think it's the end of my inking run. I think if anything, this is going to help me get more books done faster, because while she's doing that, I will be able to jump right to issue 12. So Moana in the building, what's up? And speaking of Moana,
well, yeah, her Kickstarter, bro.
Check out her Kickstarter. Also, I just put a link in there if you want to jump in and join us. Go right ahead. All right, there's a link to Moana's Kickstarter. It is Moana's podcast. She is funded, but she's still got 12 days to go. Let's get her up there. She's got some great pledges and stuff up there as well. Hey Daniel, how's it going? Tomorrow, Moana said what's up to him. Kyron said, damn, issue 11, I need to catch up. Well, you good right now, man. 10 is not out yet. I just finished the inks and pencils for that. So what's out currently for Hotshot is issue 0 through 9. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, man, but I definitely agree with you. I think because I miss going to the store and being able to buy toys. I jumped back on the toy bandwagon recently with my Marvel Legends, and trying to get those the MCU movie versions of the characters, and it's ridiculous how much those figures cost, man. It's ridiculous.
Dude, remember when action figures only used to be like $6 to $8?
Yeah, bro. I definitely remember that.
Now they're like $20 to $35 now, man, and like that's normal action figures. I'm not even talking about like Hot Toys and Sideshow and all that stuff. Like, it's still ridiculous to me to find out like toys today are like $30. Like, I bought that mechanical Baby Yoda one. That cost me $60, Mike. And it don't do nothing except hum and blink its eyes, bro. like, I paid $60 for that because I'm obsessed with Baby Yoda.
Well, it's $98. It's $98 now.
Oh, I know, dude. Like, it went up in price, and then I bought the actual like life size figure from Sideshow. That'll be here on like December 11th.
Okay.
And I can't wait for that. But I'll never buy a toy like that ever again. I would never pay $400 for a toy ever again, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like, I did it one time, Uh, I did it one time, and I'm gonna show you. Hold up, let me take this
Tell
down.
me, bro.
Let me take this down.
Get
Hold
it.
up.
Get it.
I want y'all to feel me when I say this. All right, so I was at Chicago Wizard World when it premiered. That back there,
Shut up, bro.
that Balrog.
Are you serious?
Yes,
That is fresh. How much you pay for that?
dude. Let me tell the story first to justify it. Let me tell the story first to justify it.
justify your actions, bro.
All right, first off, if anybody knows me, they know I am an avid, huge Lord of the Rings fan. I have all the extended editions. I watch the extended editions only. I throw on Lord of the Rings, it's extended editions, not the regular joints. And so I was always looking for a Balrog toy. Like, why haven't they made the Balrog action figure? That is one of my favorite parts from the freaking movie. And then I started looking it up, and this is when I started like learning more about the toy game. Walmart and Target, Walmart mainly controls it, but they didn't want the toy because it looked satanic. So none of the toy stores, Walmart and Target, would carry it, and if they're not carrying it, it would crush things. And so I saw that the toy company was making one or whatnot, and they were working on it. And I just happened to be at the show that it premiered at, and they said they had a certain number of copies available to sell that day. Look, I'll tell you this. I did not know this was happening. I happened to work my ass off at that convention, and I made a chunk of change. And when they said that motherfucker went on sale, I ran up there, diving, ducking, pushing to get this figure, man. It was like $300 plus.
Ooh.
But that thing is huge. It's as big as me, like half of me. The wingspan is incredible. Like, you can't see it from over here. It lights up. It has phrases. The sculpt is ridiculous. It had the whip, the sword, and like right now I have Gandalf standing off in front of him or whatnot. But that's the most I've ever spent on a figure, and I only did that because I was young, dumb, living by myself. I didn't have any other responsibilities at that time. So, but no, these prices are ridiculous.
Yeah, I was looking at I think it was a cloud maquette at the Square Enix store online, thinking maybe when your payday comes on Monday, I can maybe pick it up. It's $45, but it's a maquette. But like at the same time, it's like, do I really need another statue or anything like that at this point? Probably not.
Oh yeah, we don't need any of the stuff that we get or whatnot. But
It's like I want, but do I need? I want, but do I need? Mm-mm.
right. So like there is what I need Mantis and I need Gladius Clave to or Cleve or Clave, whatever, to finish my MCU action figure collection for the Infinity Saga. And Mantis is damn near $80 by herself.
Mm-hmm. And she
This is the secondary market, right?
Huh?
This is the secondary market, right?
Yes, because she's a build a figure set. So even if I did want Mantis the traditional way, I would still have to pay $100 some odd to get all the figures, to get the pieces or whatnot. But I'm trying to find, like, I found a lot of my figures as singles, looses for $15 and $20. Some that didn't have all the parts to them or whatever. It was just a figure, because I don't care about collecting the toy as like I'm trying to make money off of it or keep it perfect. I just want it in my toy set, for my MCU collection. So I want Colleen Wing because she's my favorite character out of the Netflix series. I love her. Her figure is almost $200. $200 for a side character. Although, don't get me wrong, she should be the main character of Iron Fist, but she's still a supporting character, and her figure's $200.
I think part of the problem is the force scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying yesterday about with the Marvel Omnibuy, is that they make such low numbers of these, and so because they know people are just going to buy them in bulk, then flip it. But it's like it's kind of it's stupid. It's greedy. It's But then again, I'm the guy who bought a one of those CGC books offline. So I got about two of them. I'm sorry, I got two of them. I bought off eBay.
Well, I think everybody has their thing, and everybody can justify this over that, or
Yeah, everybody
their
has
reasons.
seconds. Like I have a now newly named Grogu. So I do have an obsession. Like, look at my background. All you see is that pointy-eared bastard. So,
Hey, so that's a great segue, Ryan. Yo. So first off, I want to say to all the people that are saying that Star Wars can exist without Jedi,
yeah, I'm gonna be
stop saying
honest,
that shit.
bro. I can't.
Stop saying that shit. And I love The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is amazing. But the whole purpose of right now of Mandalorian is to get Grogu to a Jedi.
Yep. 100%. That's so true.
At the end of the day, it's the stories that we have. It's two stories at the very end of the day. It's the space western and like the space samurai stories combined a little bit of little space sorcery. So it's like, yes, you can have one without the other, but eventually the streams will meet.
Mm-hmm.
Except in Solo. Except in Solo. No, that did happen in Solo, but that's beside the point.
Oh, we'll have a difference of opinion on it because I actually like Solo.
No, I did. I like Solo too.
Okay.
I like Solo too. I'm about to say that they never the streams. It's the only time the Star Wars films where Jedi stream and non-Jedi stream don't meet, and I remember. Oh, right, Darth Maul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just
for one instance in the entire film, and he doesn't do anything forcey.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and like I said, I take nothing away from Mando. I love it. It is a great show, but Star Wars is Star Wars, and we love Jedi. We love Jedi. We love Sith.
Yeah.
We want to see that. We want to see it, and that especially at the time place where Mandalorian takes place, you want to see which Jedi and Sith, which Jedi survived, like, and how did they survive, and what impact did they have? If
I hope they bring Cal from Jedi Fallen Order from the video game. I hope they bring what's his name, Cameron Monaghan, into the show.
Kestis, I believe.
That would be incredible. Like he would be the Jedi, I think, who like kept Grogu in secret. That would be like the bomb. Yeah. That would be like, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But that's a dream.
Yeah.
After a certain point, like because Cal Kestis takes place during the Jedi Purge, you need someone. Cameron Monaghan can't play him on the show because that's 20 plus years later. Yeah. So you got to find an actor that's a lookalike, but not.
But I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Kenobi, to be honest, because they're making that show right now.
So, yeah.
Wait, can't be Kenobi. Can't be Kenobi. Timeline.
You don't think so?
No, because Mando takes place after the Imperials, after the Galactic Civil War. So
yeah, he is dead.
Obi-Wan's dead.
He's dead.
Kenobi could have been the one that got rid of the child. Ahsoka said that somebody hid the child and helped the child escape. So it could be Kenobi that got the child out.
Or Bail Antilles.
Or that.
Oh, no, Bail Organa. My mistake. Antilles is someone else.
Danny, this is actually, let me see here. I have not named this character yet. But he is tied, very importantly, to Alex Remington. And this is Alex Remington in the background, plotting. And so, you'll find out who that character is in Hachatin. Coming soon. I just want to see more Rosario Dawson. She is the hottest alien I've ever seen. So, yeah, man. Rosario Dawson and Grogu, I was really hoping, and hopefully it can still happen. Make that my new trilogy. Make that my new damn trilogy. Rosario and Grogu. She did it for me in that role. She killed it. I absolutely loved it. And it just made me so happy seeing all that lightsaber action she was doing. And I'm like, every time she put on a lightsaber, I kept saying to myself, I was trained by Anakin Skywalker, right?
Bro, there was a lot of lightsaber action up in there too, for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take anything away from the woman that she was battling against because she was dope. I loved her facial expression. She looked like an old style samurai lord that just was running her clan and whatever. Like it was just little mannerisms in her face that she did where I was like, yeah, she's a boss. She's a complete boss.
Yep. Yeah, that whole episode was just fresh to me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's not the strongest in my opinion, but overall, like giving you all the story that you want, it gave it to you for full.
It's story plus fan service.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think ultimately where Star Wars is going to go, in my opinion, is like they're going to make all this shit live action. All this is going to become like Rebels is going to be live action soon enough. Like they're going to bring it. Like I feel like that episode was just straight up set up for either another spin-off television show or a movie in the future. Like,
hey, and I'm not knocking it.
Speaking of I like my first ever like Star Wars stream in a long time last night, and the video tale was like very particular. It's like basically like kind of like The Office, but I thought the overall concept was basically a rebel spy. It's basically Imperial tech support, basically messing with basically all the Imperial stuff and basically hiding in the lowest ranks of the Imperial military would be actually a funny little maybe short they could do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's like you think he's a tech support guy, but he's a rebel spy. It's just constantly messing with his fellow tech support people and all the superior officers' stuff while getting information.
You talking about this last episode? I'm a little mixed up on what you're saying. Are you talking about an idea for a spinoff?
No, I think it's like an idea that came to me out of a dream that was Star Wars related from last night. It's like, wow, because it's like I don't think I ever had a Star Wars dream that I remember that vividly in like a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. What's her name? Let's see here. Was there any point where you thought Mando was going to actually try to kill Ahsoka, though? Never. As soon as the lady said, I got a job, I want you to kill a Jedi, I knew exactly what Mando was doing. Thanks, I'll take that job. But you notice Mando said, he told Ahsoka he never said anything. He didn't. He did not say yes or no. He just walked off. She assumed that he was taking the job. And not to take any light from Mando, that was a great Western spin on it. I like when they walked in that aisleway, and it was just him and the guy. I was like, so we doing a standoff,
dude? And Michael Biehn, bro, Michael Biehn, man, that man can't. Man, I can't. Every time I see that dude, I always think like, dude, that's Kyle Reese. That's Terminator, bro.
Oh shoot, it is.
Dude,
it was. I was trying to remember where I knew him from.
Was he also in like Alien as well?
Yeah, he's in Alien. Yeah.
And I believe also in what's it called? The Kurt Russell Western film, Touchstone. What was it called?
Kurt Russell Western
film? Tombstone, maybe.
Tombstone. Yep. He was in Tombstone.
He was one of the antagonists.
He was the Huckleberry. I'll be Val Kilmer's greatest movie ever.
Doc Holiday.
Let's see here. Danger Quick, was there any? Okay, who would really win in a fight? Ahsoka. I'm sorry, Ahsoka. She's trained by Anakin Skywalker. And she wasn't even doing her in my eyes, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but she wasn't even doing her real form to its true form, because she normally has the lightsabers backwards when she fights. That's her style.
Yeah. Like how did she do it? Like do like this, like kind of like a weird.
However they animated it in Clone Wars, whatever, she got it in. Danny says, also, I feel like I missed something. When was it established that Mandalorians and Jedi are sworn enemies?
That's not canon.
What'd you say?
Thaddeus explains it.
Oh, Thaddeus explains it. And Thaddeus says Ahsoka wins that fight. Our boy is good, but he's not that good. Especially when he's never fought a Jedi before. Like that's a clear and present difference. If the thing that you're fighting hasn't been around for your people to fight or whatnot, then you don't have any experience against it. And the Jedi are true force. Sith too, yeah.
Yep.
The Mandalorians and Jedi have had a long-standing issue. The Mandalorian Jedi War was a series of many conflicts fought between the Mandalorians and the Jedi Order. The final war between both groups ultimately resulted in the devastation of the former's homeworld of Mandalore. Paige said she killed it. Paige Alfred said Tombstone. Thank you very much. This antagonism is why the Mandalorians designs armor and weapons designs to be effective against lightsabers, which I thought was dope that her lightsabers could not cut through his armor.
That's Beskar.
Yeah.
Beskar,
And,
bro.
and that's probably also why the Imperials wanted Beskar too, in a way.
It's exactly. So, did anybody see the trending rumor that Grogu was being used to empower Snoke clones?
I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Was Snoke even around at that point? Because I thought it was all just it's akin to back in Legends canon how it was basically all the fractured warlords of the Imperial remnants at this point. So I
Oh,
don't think is there Snoke at this point?
I don't know where Snoke is at that point in
Well,
extended universe.
they already hinted to the First Order in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
The Outer Rim is where the First Order is like built. That's where the First Order comes from. Like they're already setting all that up. Like I think it's genius.
Okay, so it's kind of a combination of Legends, Imperial remnants, but it's leading towards First Order, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool and clever if that is the scenario, because I feel like it gives it a good reason and tie to the movies of why they want Grogu and Grogu being so powerful. And I love how, in case you have not, no, this is spoilers, but Rosario says he's been trained in the Force. My man already knows how to use the Force, but he hid it away so he would not be found.
Yep.
Well, he is 50 years old. He's in the body of a toddler. The mindset of a toddler.
That's my boy.
Ooh, Thaddeus says what the Empire's goal is. And it makes a lot of sense. It's really scary if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically really sinister genetic engineering to create basically super soldiers.
Yeah.
Super troopers.
So I don't know how you guys feel about the Star Wars new movies, the new stories.
I enjoyed them.
I don't mind them.
I like The Last Jedi. I am one of those people who like The Last Jedi.
I love The Last Jedi. I love The Last Jedi.
Awakens. I think Rise of Skywalker is utter trash.
I enjoyed it. I had fun.
That movie is awful.
At the end of the day, did I have fun? Yes, therefore I like it.
I can see why people don't like it, but I did. There were several instances of fun for me, and I am an avid person.
Kylo Ren and whatever that battle, that lightsaber battle on that ship was the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kylo Ren for anything for me is the bomb. I absolutely love Kylo Ren.
So do I.
I do agree. Finn should have been the star of that series.
I agree.
There's a lot of good things with Finn that make sense, but I'm also a fan of Rey. I know a lot of people don't like her, but do you think if Grogu has been used to empower Snoke or others because they are so strong with the Force, do you think that salvages any part of the original trilogy for you, or the new trilogy?
Well, I like to argue, does it really need to be quote unquote salvaged at this point? Because I had this whole thing on Facebook earlier, which caused a small debate. But I think if everything connects more, I think it will help, probably tone down some of the rancor against the sequel trilogy. But by showing everything is connected, there is a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Everything does connect into some tapestry.
I mean, continuity with me has never bothered me. It only bothers me when it comes to the MCU. Like anything else with continuity, like the X-Men continuity, Star Wars continuity, all these it doesn't bother me. I'm not like a stickler for continuity, to be honest.
Okay.
Only with MCU because they built it that way. Like, yeah, but like with Star Wars, I don't necessarily think it has full continuity. Like the prequel films, they feel so different from the original films, in my opinion. Like I feel like those are standalone films on its own base. Like that's for every film that they've done. I feel like Force Awakens to Rise of Skywalker has its own. It feels like it has its own thing. You know, it doesn't feel like New Hope, Empire, or Return. It feels completely separate and different. That's why I feel like when it comes to continuity, I don't feel like I need to know every nook and cranny or every knowledge to what happened with this character, and this character. Like I don't need to know that.
Okay.
Yeah, you do want to know that there's all those books that they publish.
Yeah. But I enjoy Star Wars. You know, my thing is I love Star Wars, but I'm not like the biggest fan of Star Wars. I'm more of like a Lord of the Rings, like Mike says. Lord of the Rings. I'm more like, you know, Batman in comics.
Yeah.
So
As maybe I'm more go with the like. It's like, did I enjoy it? If I did, I like it. And I think it's. But if I didn't enjoy, if I'm mad, then it's meh. But if I don't like it, I don't act like it's like, oh, it's the worst thing ever.
right.
That's like because another person's trash is another person's treasure at the end of the day. And even if you don't like it, doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. And what really gets this is one of the things that got kind of stuck in my craw. I expressed a little bit yesterday, I think on Twitter, is that there's all these people who work so hard on these movies.
They don't need them.
Really,
like that's what I'm saying. This is people's creative talent that they're putting out.
Yeah.
And you either like it or you don't. It's all perspective.
Yeah, but the fact they're saying all these people are trashing, the whole thing's trash. It's like huge. And like I saw some people like post their like concept art because they worked on Star Wars, and like, oh, if only you worked on a better movie. I'm like, really? That's like, it's like time and place.
Shit, if I was working on Star Wars, I wouldn't be bitching or complaining. I'd be like, let's
He wasn't saying that. Like the original poster wasn't complaining. It's one of the commentators just mocking him, kind of saying, "Oh, if only you worked on a good Star Wars movie." His creativity is hard, and not everything you make, not every concept art is going to get to the final cut.
Exactly, and two, like movies are all generally perspective. Not everybody's going to like the film. Like I don't like Rise of Skywalker, but I'm not calling it the shittiest film in the world. It's not.
It's like I posted a whole thing yesterday this morning about how the fandom has just gotten so negative and so nasty. And one guy posted him, I think, well, what I saw, Last Jedi, I swore onto Odin. I'm quoting this. I swore onto Odin. I would never see another Star Wars film. I seriously resist the urge to spread to the sky. And thank you for proving my point. I sincerely resist that one little urge for once.
I hear it. Fandoms can be toxic.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I'm not complete. I can admit that I'm not completely honest because clean of it because I have decimated and touched about trash. So
we all have, but there's whole groups where it's just people whose constant thing is constant negative. There's a guy who's literally all he does right now on Twitter is just bash Batman v Superman over and over and over, and I just couldn't take it anymore. It's like Snyder people
talking about Captain Superman. What Superman?
Batman v Superman.
And it's it gets to the point where you're talking about it more than the Snyder cult. You're obsessed. Calm down. It's just it gets to this point where this guy is mocking Batman v Superman every hour on the hour. And it's even the Snyder people don't talk about it.
Dude, Snyder. Not all Snyder films are good, dude.
Yeah, true.
He's a visual genius, in my opinion.
Visuals are story wise. Well, I can't always say the story is his fault because it's always the scriptwriter's fault.
He didn't write the film. He's only directed.
Yeah. I mean, he can write the story, but it doesn't mean he ends up writing the screenplay.
Right. So.
And also I like to point out for Batman v Superman, it doesn't help that it got edited, so poorly in the theaters because they were trying to get more butts in the seat.
Yeah, but we don't have theaters anymore, so
Yeah. Well, this is going back over to that whole pre-COVID mentality. It's like, Justice League. Yes, Joss Whedon may not have done the best job in rewriting, yada yada yada, but they also slashed it to restore the film to ribbons in the editing department to meet that under 2 hour deadline. So again, because they were thinking, we can get more seats, more showings, and more seats. But like at the same time, just because it's a shorter film doesn't mean it's a better film. At the same time, a longer film doesn't make it a better film. It's like,
unless you're talking about Lord of the Rings, which longer is better.
Well, in that case, I will agree because in this case, the added material does add to the story. Though I don't like my complaint is more with the Ten Commandments or the other big 1950s set epics, especially by Cecil B. DeMille. Because here's the thing: I can watch Prince of Egypt almost every year around Passover. I've only watched Ten Commandments once in my life, and I was like, it was just a little too long. I was like. Maybe because it was also with commercial breaks, but it's a 4 or 5 hour movie. Ten Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3.5, that's a good cutoff for a big major tentpole film. Where you're going on 4 hours without it, maybe with an intermission because they may have had an intermission back when they had the roadshow format. It's a bit long. Well, this is why I'm kind of interested in how they're going to do this revamped Justice League as a miniseries because it's 4 hours plus, but at least it's going to be episodic. It's going to be episodic, so it's not going to be so you don't have to just sit there for.
It's not going to feel like a movie like that. It's not. I feel like it's going to feel like a television show. It's not going to feel like a movie.
Honestly, my argument would be to feel like one of those really big prestige HBO specials, like they're doing with what's it called? The thing going on with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant right now. It's gonna feel like that. It's gonna feel like it's gonna be like a mini series that's on. But we'll see what happens.
I like The Undoing. That show is a shit.
Yeah, that's like they kind of did also with Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Because again, that's a 10-episode miniseries, 10 hours long, but it's film quality each episode. Though some of the CGI work may be a little off. But then you're working on a TV budget versus a film budget. Because remember, HBO Max is now going to release original films to the stream, to the service, like Netflix does. So it's going to still look like a film, just on HBO Max. At least I think that's the intent, right?
I'm sorry, I dipped out for a second.
Like HBO Max, the idea is to put film quality films and miniseries onto the service. So it may look like it's going to be episodic, but it could still be like a film quality, cinematography and everything.
Oh yeah, I'm all for it. That's why I got Disney Plus for the Marvel shows when they start dropping.
Yeah.
And I
really got Disney Plus, admittedly, for Mandalorian. I've only used it for that, and to watch Newsies, and to watch Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Because I haven't seen the latter since it was in movie theaters.
Right.
Years ago.
Yeah, so I can't wait for once all the MCU shows drop. I'm hoping one of these streaming services hurry up and cop Godzilla vs. King Kong because I can't wait to see that.
I think it's going to be HBO Max at this point because it's a WB-owned film, so it's going to end up probably. And I know apparently Netflix offered like $200 million and they didn't get it. So I think it's going to go to HBO Max.
Wonder Woman's going to do really well, so they're probably going to bring like Black Widow and shit to Disney Plus and stuff.
And I think that's what MCU is doing. Like they're like, yeah, we're not going to stream our MCU movies, and then they're going to let DC do it. And just like they did with the Wonder Woman movie, they looked at them and saw what worked and what didn't work, and then they did it.
Yeah, and it's funny because DC doesn't get enough credit for launching Wonder Woman, and to an extent, Supergirl like 30, 40 years prior. Whereas everyone's like, we want the Black Widow movie, and it comes, in my opinion, just too late. It's like her momentum is low at this moment. Maybe because she went, But yeah, and also like the idea that DC and HBO Max are saying no paywall for Wonder Woman, which is kind of in a way it's like a little nod to how there was a whole controversy with Mulan this summer.
Yeah, I mean, my
The
wallet is
paywall
saying,
was not an additional paywall.
yeah, that's dope. But at the same time, I'm thinking, but is that going to affect future films? Is that going to affect how you guys are able to make movies because you guys aren't making your money back on these things or whatnot? I didn't mind the paywall for Mulan because I got it. I understood it in my perspective. I got it.
Yeah.
So I was cool with it because $30 for Mulan, it cost me almost $100 to take my entire family to the movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I know that's not. I know that doesn't work for everybody. I know that really is a big selling point for people with more than one child or a decent sized family or whatnot. So, from my perspective, it wasn't a big deal because I want them to keep making these high octane, big budget films. So when the movie theaters, if they do open back up, we still have movie theaters to go, movies to go to and see. But that's my perspective.
Yeah. And I mean, it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna make their money back. I think for Wonder Woman because don't know how many HBO Max subscriptions are going to end up coming out of this, or if people are just going to use the free trial um, to watch it. But I think at the end of the day, they probably just made back a lot of their money in merchandising. At
Hmm.
least they made back a chunk of their money just for the merchandising.
Yeah. And I don't know if the movie companies have gotten used to it. Well, I guess you can only say that really for MCU lately, because they got like their last 4 or 5 movies have made over $1 billion. Like
Right.
that's starting to become the routine, and then other big movies or blockbuster movies are starting to hit in that direction too, because now more people, it's like a trend. It's like a water effect. If
Yeah.
there's several successful movies under one franchise, then other movie studios are stepping up to try to gain that type of success. And now movies are making more money in general. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I'm hoping or wondering, did Hollywood start getting used to all that money that's coming in now versus to what they used to get?
It's an addiction at this point. It's the box office. It's a rush to get the most money possible. That's why I think DCWB scrambled because they didn't after Justice League because it's like we didn't get enough cash, and then of course Aquaman comes in with $1 billion, so which is more than they were even expecting. And then Joker happened with over $1 billion, again more than they were expecting. But at least we know WB had at least confidence in it because they opened Joker at the Cannes Film Festival.
Hmm.
I mean, we're not exactly dealing with high art here with Joker. I haven't seen it to be fair, but I know it's basically a genre film mashup. But they were confident enough, to be honest with you, probably the fanciest film festival in the entire world, and it got acclaim.
Joker was a really good movie.
I haven't
Yes.
seen it yet. I've heard. I'm on both sides of the fence here,
And
but I heard good things too.
this is coming from somebody who didn't care for it and didn't want to watch it. But at the same time, that Joker movie it's how I feel about the Dark Knight trilogy. You swap out any character, you swap out the name Joker, and that could be any random character.
Yeah.
But it's well done, it's well directed, it's well acted, great cinematography, like great as a whole, like a well produced piece of work. But at the same time, like I don't care about the Joker's origin.
Well, Mike, you've heard my opinion about the Dark Knight trilogy before. It's basically one good superhero film and two good political thrillers and Bat Drag.
Mm-hmm. Oh, say that again.
It's one good superhero film and it's one superhero film and two crime thrillers and Bat Drag.
I can agree with that to a level.
The Batman Begins felt like a superhero film, and that's the one I'll watch repeatedly. But I don't watch Dark Knight or Dark Knight Returns as often because they don't feel as superhero-y to me. It has a lot of trappings of the superhero genre of Batman, but at the end of the day, it doesn't feel as Batman-y as, say, even the Schumacher films.
Well, yeah, so that's kind of the thing. Like, I was all with Christopher Nolan after the Batman Begins because he got it right. Like, there was one line in specific at the end that was spot on perfect for me when she goes at the end when she kisses him and he's all like, we should be together. And she's like, no. And she says, this is your mask. Bruce Wayne is the mask. Batman is the reality. And I threw up my hands. I was like, perfect. Like, what a great way to wrap up this film. Because, like, that's it. You've got the idea of Batman. Bruce Wayne is the mask. He is no longer the reality. Batman is the real thing. And then he spent the next 2 movies saying Bruce Wayne was the real thing. And he lost me. And then he did no detective work. And then it took 3 hours for Batman, the world's greatest detective, to realize they hit the MFer in the mouth with the breathing mask to disorient him and win.
And and at the same time, it's like there's a great book called Batman and Psychology, which is a really good read. And it goes into and one of the things forget the name of it's Dr. Travis Langham or Langley who wrote the book, but he made a good argument. Is that Nolan's argument is technically wrong. It's basically Batman's the mask. Playboy Bruce is the mask.
Yeah.
Bruce, when he's in the Batcave with the cowl off, that's the real Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real persona. So it's not quite the hero and not quite the cowl Playboy. It's this kind of thing that meets in the middle where he can finally let his guard down. And speaking of Batman and going back to the DCU, I know there's the rumor of the Batfleck miniseries they're planning.
Nah.
I'm here for it. If they are going to do it, I'm here for it. Batfleck all day. He's my favorite Batman. That's where it's at. Let's go.
Here's my thing. If he feels like he's healthy enough again to do this, and he has a good enough script, and he won't, and as his friend will say, he won't drink himself to death by the end of it. I'm all for it because at the end of the day, health comes first. But if he can pull it off with a film quality like miniseries, it'll show like the future of the DC, like shared DCEU or like the Snyderverse maybe end of the DCEU's future might end up being this interconnected major miniseries thing on HBO Max. That could bring a lot of money to HBO Max.
I agree, and I only think he was drinking because of the shamble that Justice League was. Like that's
that and he was going through a divorce. Little bit of A, little B, done. And I know Joe Manganiello.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Manganiello is someone else. Joe Manganiello showed how Deathstroke originally looked recently on his Instagram as part of a raising awareness campaign, along with other actors in the Zack Snyder Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same costume, but it looks kind of radically different with more of a mohawk and the shock of silver hair. So Justice League. So we might end up seeing more of Deathstroke perhaps in this new cut. And I know that people are also reclaiming for a Deathstroke series with him afterwards too.
Dude, Mike, what do you think about like Jared Leto coming back?
I'm for it.
Did his Joker bother you?
His Joker did not bother me.
It didn't bother me either, bro.
It didn't bother me. It just I think he had bad writing.
Heath Ledger
had bad writing too. I think he had a really bad script. Yeah.
Like if you watch the Suicide Squad extended cut, it's better, but again, going back to extended cuts and WB freaking out for last minute and going back into the editing room with someone else.
Yeah. For me, Jack Nicholson is the OG. Heath Ledger took it to a brand new level and reshaped it. And then Leto's Joker, I thought was so deadly dangerous, man. He was the type of person.
He was crying for Joker, bro. Like, he was like, I don't give a fuck, Joker.
Yeah, like you could be his thug and you could have done everything right, but you came in with a yellow tie on and he'd kill you.
Exactly. Like that's what I liked about his Joker.
Well, at the end of the day, we all basically hear DC animated actors in our heads when we read the comics anyways, but that's beside the point. It's like when you read Batman as Kevin Conroy or it's a combination of Kevin Conroy and any other animated Batman.
Kevin
Joker
Conroy
is usually Mark Hamill.
He is Batman.
Yeah. Mark Hamill is usually Joker. Mark Hamill's Joker is usually the Joker I hear. Richard Moll's Two-Face is what I usually hear for Two-Face. And so on and so on and so forth. Of course, Arlene Sorkin's Harley Quinn, with maybe a combination of maybe Tara Strong and Margot Robbie.
But see, Margot Robbie is a dope Harley Quinn, though.
She's a great Harley Quinn.
And Will Smith, and and I know a lot of people don't like Suicide Squad, but I love Will Smith as Deadshot. But I'm a Will Smith fan.
It's a nice scenario where I think it's you have a great cast, hard writing. Though my favorite, I think one of the great performances come of that Marvel movie, and Will Smith is Viola Davis's Amanda Waller.
Oh,
she got the wall perfectly.
She was perfect. You know, you forget about those supporting roles that you do absolutely need.
And she was like such. And I love the fact they are bringing some people back for Suicide Squad, for the Suicide Squad with James Gunn's.
Yeah, that Suicide Squad is going to be a problem.
It's going to be bonkers. It's going to be bonkers. I'm going to love it. It's going to be batshit insane. It's going to be so fun.
I can't wait.
Such a great cast. You have Peter Capaldi, Doctor Who himself, potentially as one of the villains, if not just a guy on the squad that's just going to cause a lot of chaos because he's the thinker. You just have a really good, I think, more comedy-driven cast, but it's going to be a balance of high octane action and comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, let's be fair, the DCU needs a little bit more humor. I know the Zack Snyder boys are like, "Oh, you're just saying that now." Blah 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 blah. No, you need a little levity to balance off the Sturm und Drang.
What I love about the DCU in general, is that it is such a different tone than Marvel. You need that. Like you already, when you go into a Marvel movie, you already know what to expect. Like you're not going to get shocked. You're not going to get like appalled. You're going to be like, "Oh, that movie was dope." You're going to walk out of there ecstatic. When you go to a DC movie, sometimes you feel like you're going into something truly unpredictable, and that's what I like. When I saw Man of Steel in the theater, I'm like, this is somebody's vision, their own vision. You can't go do that at Marvel.
It's very
you have to follow with Marvel. You can't go into something crazy like what James Wan did with Aquaman. That movie is bonkers. Okay, straight bonkers. It like makes no sense whatsoever. But
you're absolutely right. Because but I also am a huge fan of Man of Steel. Man of Steel is amazing to me.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the portrayals, I like both Reeve and I really do enjoy Henry Cavill. Though again, the animated series is going to be my golden guide on that one. Because I think
let me shout this out real quick because we did this earlier, and I'm gonna bounce this back in here. My girl LaShawn Coven has a Kickstarter. It's called Beautiful Soldiers. It's sitting at $6,872 out of 8,118 backers. There are tons of goals on this, man. It's a graphic novel, 140 pages plus. Go check this out. There's a ton of pledges on there. We just hit. We actually have backer awards now. Milestone rewards, and for every 50 backers we will unlock a free digital comic for you. Let me see this thing here. Share screen. Bam. And Niobe, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, was the first book at 50 backers, and my book Vigilanza was unlocked yesterday with 100 backers. So as you can see, it is a bit of a mystery as which ones we're going. We're trying to get 500 backers on this bad boy. All right, let's get to this goal. We can get to that goal by you sharing this, advocating for us, and by dollar donations. Dollar donations do work. Last month or so, I did a little thing called FSK Day, Dollarthon Edition, and we raised up over $800 with dollar donations. We sold a lot of merch as well. So let's make that happen on this. This is a story that's been 8 years in the making for LaShawn Coven. And in case you haven't heard of her, she's got an awesome comic book shop she just opened up. She's been working on this book for a while. And where is it? Come on.
That's my editor. There it is. My editor on American Dreams.
She is the editor. She's the editor on Emerald Quest for me. But this actor, let me see, what's his name? No. Justin Chu. Carrie, from Netflix's Black Summer. He's an official character in this book. He is signed on and is allowing LaShawn to use his likeness as for the character in there. But not only that, but he is a sponsor of the book, Beautiful Soldiers. Black Summer is a zombie show that is a Netflix exclusives. It's got some really cool stuff in there. I've watched it with my wife, and we've had a good time with it. But tons of rewards. There's a LaShawn Coven pledge pinup that she's done exclusively with it. Tons of rewards on here, man. As you can see, for the Beautiful Soldiers package, music, man. All right, go over and check that out. I just put that link in the comments. If you've already pledged, great. If you have not pledged, go ahead. If you have no money, I understand. Share it. Any little bit of help helps.
So I don't remember what were we just talking about before we kick started.
I have no idea.
It was Man of Steel, Superman, or like I think it's the various actors and performances and whatnot. So that's like DC doesn't have a Kevin Feige like Marvel has. I think they tried it with Jeff Johns, they tried it with Zack Snyder, just wasn't, I guess, working. But I like the fact that now, even there'll be a shared universe, each thing can have its own different tone, so it doesn't have to be, very formulaic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be fair, Marvel films are good, but now at this point there's a formula which they're just doing riffs on.
The only reason why DC didn't work is because they didn't have a Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
So,
and what's wrong with the formula? I am not bothered by Marvel's formula at all.
Well, when it gets too repeated, then you want to change it up a little bit, but they do that. I'll admit that.
They have 20. They have 23 movies that have made me laugh, made me cry, have made me geek out, gave me excitement, gave me sadness, given me all the emotions while entertaining me over 23 movies. They don't need to change shit.
No, they don't. No,
they need to keep making movies.
Their formula is perfect, yo. But my thing is with DC, I like going into a theater and feeling like something's unpredictable, and like that's what I got with Aquaman. That's what I got with Shazam. Shazam is a whole different perspective. Like it's a whole different film. Like in the long run, like if you really think about it, it's its own thing.
Marvel has become, and I'm a huge fan of it, and I know a lot of other people don't like it, but I like it for its ridiculousness and for the family aspect of it. Marvel has perfected the Fast and Furious formula.
Yep.
They have. Yep. They've taken it to new levels. So the only reason that Marvel may need to change their formula is if their movies stop making money.
Yep.
And until that happens, they don't need to change shit. Because we're in it.
I feel like
we're in it for the characters,
shows, bro. With the Disney Plus shows, I feel like they can do anything now.
Those Disney Plus shows are about to take it through the stratosphere.
Whole other level.
Whole other level. Miss Marvel, dog. Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Hawkeye, WandaVision. What If? Nick Fury Files. Come on, man. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
All day.
There's a lot of, good things are going to streaming television for both DC and Marvel.
Yeah, we just started watching
HBO Max is gonna be DC all day, bro.
Hey, that's what they should have did to begin with. Because my son, my wife, and I have been killing HBO Max for the DC content.
Doom Patrol is my.
We're watching that now. We're watching that now.
Great. Titans is fun.
Damn.
That's on the DVDs of Titans, so we're going for those.
Dude, I like Titan season. Hated two was trash.
You said season 2 was trash?
Oh my god, it's awful. You can't
Titans or Doom Patrol.
You can't win them all, bro. But Titan season 1 is pretty good. Like I enjoyed it. I didn't have too much hate on it. They deal with a lot of adult subject matter that I like how they threw in. With that, and, it's a coming of age story with season 1, but season 2 is like, it's just off the rails, to my opinion. Like it falls apart like midway through. Like you get disinterested really, really fast. Like really, really fast. Like you don't care for these people. I think they introduced too many people in a season. Like they introduced Superboy, they introduced what's her name? They introduced Deathstroke, and the way they used Deathstroke in season 2 was just awful, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Bruce Wayne in there, who's played by what's his name from Game of Thrones. That
Ian
really,
Glenn.
yeah,
Ian Glenn.
yeah, with Ian Glenn, yeah, which threw me way out, like way out. Like, no, dude, you are not.
Think about it. Think about it though psychologically. It would be the last person they would expect to be Batman.
Yeah, true story. Last person out. Yeah, you ain't lying there. Yeah. True story.
Like I've been getting my folks into. Well, I got my dad into tie in somewhat. We started watching Doom Patrol earlier in the pandemic.
Oh, I love Doom Patrol, dude.
But the big DC show I got the entire 3 of us into was Watchmen. To the point I actually had to lend my mom the graphic novel, my well-worn, signed by David Gibbons graphic novel of Watchmen, so she could understand half the plot points. So I wouldn't have to pause every 5 seconds to explain what's going on, like I had to do with Gotham.
Oh, dude, I love doing that. My mom, my mom did not like Lord of the Rings, and we were talking about it over the phone. And I said, "There's no way on earth that you're going to be my mother and not like Lord of the Rings." And I planned the weekend, and I went back home, and I sat down with my mother and watched Lord of the Rings and broke it down for her and paused it. I was like, "What part didn't you understand?" And I walked her through each part. Now she absolutely loves them.
My mom and I used to watch Gotham live, I think, for the first like 3.5 seasons, and then I started my new job, and I just couldn't keep up.
I hate Gotham. That show is trash. I'm sorry.
It's fun. It's fun. Well, for me, it's fun because also me and my mom likes playing. Oh, where did they film this in New York, especially in Brooklyn? So it's very like, oh, I recognize this place. Oh, the other part where it's like, I wonder where they filmed this museum. Like, oh my god, that's the ballroom of the Brooklyn Museum. It's like because I've been to that museum so many times. That 3rd floor is also where the Egyptian wing is.
Mm-hmm.
So I've known that been going past that ballroom for most of my life. So it's like, oh, there it is.
I know Danny J. Quick isn't watching anymore because if he was watching, he would really be saying something about what I'm drawing right now. And I started drawing this specifically for him, but I guess he left already. He always misses the spoilers that I do for him.
Well, I mean, I liked Gotham. I know it's not the most canon accurate, but it was fun. Green Bay is a little campy, but
I don't care about canon. I just like Batman to me is like such a like. I know there's a camp Batman. I know there's your serious Batman, your family oriented Batman, but Batman to me like is all like it's always going to be like Burton and Nolan's Batman. Like I love Snyder's Batman. Like it's the most comic accurate Batman in my opinion. But
that's why I like his.
Yeah, his is the most comic accurate Batman. That's why I like Batfleck's Batman because he was really pulling from like Batman comics, like
he also been a long time comic himself.
All that stuff. But my Batman is always going to be Burton's Batman. I'm Keaton 100%. And I can't see Batman any other way. Like, I just can't. I can't.
There's the thing about the Schumacher films. Batman Forever is one of my guilty pleasure films.
I don't mind Schumacher's films. He was going. It's a camp movie. When you have a gay director making a Superman movie, what do you think it's going to be? Like it's going to be bright, flashy, campy.
Well, at the same time, though, look at the Adam West series. According to interviews, I think he said he wanted to do more Adam West, but at the same time, according to interviews he had long before he passed, because he passed like last year, he said he wanted to do more of a serious Batman. WB at the time overruled him and DC. He says, no, we want more of a kid-friendly movie because we took a bath on Batman Returns.
Dude,
in terms of merchandising.
Did you know there's a different cut of Batman Forever?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Like a more serious Batman Forever movie?
Yeah. No, I did not know that or hear.
At least with a different cut. That still would have used the same designs and everything, but it just would have been as toyetic.
Mm-hmm.
And then Batman Forever made a lot of money, and WB went full bore into Toyland.
Mm. Yeah.
And that's the problem that happened with the Tim Burton Superman film, is that the producers at the studio, not just John Peters, who was another case of wackadoo unto himself, because he owned the Superman rights, and that's why every time the Superman appears, they have to give him the producer credit now. He technically owns the film rights. WB owns everything else. Apparently, he has some film rights thing. But apparently, because we all know the story about John Peters saying, "Oh, I want him to fight a giant spider, and he can't fly, and he can't wear a cape." So John Peters has these list of demands where he says, "Oh, my Superman can't fly because that's too," and I'm not going to use the actual word he said because that's an anti-gay slur. And he says, "Oh, and I want him to fight a giant spider." And Kevin Smith was the writer at the time, so he's like, "Okay, I'll say Thangarian snare beast." And then the studio executives came on, and he says, "Oh, what if we gave pet polar bears to Lex Luthor, and what if we can have this toy design and this toy design?" And they're literally bringing in kids to play with the models, do them, and also do basically market research. And ultimately, it's all these clashing perspectives and the toyetic approach. Ultimately, that killed Superman, the film Superman Lives, before it was even in production.
Yeah, that's why Kevin Smith doesn't even do big budget films and shit.
And there's speaking of, there's actually a great in the first Superman Doomsday cartoon they did back in 2010-ish. I want to say they actually have Kevin Smith make a joke because they actually had Toyman and the giant spider robot, and they have Kevin Smith cameo as himself in the cartoon, going, "It's a stupid idea."
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was hilarious.
Because it's just that sometimes too many cooks just kill a film, would kill anything.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, it nearly destroyed the Superman franchise. It killed the Batman franchise for a good decade?
Just about. Because what?
And everyone's like, "Oh, we're going to bring in Bruce Timm and Paul Dini to oversee the live action." But I'm like, at the same time, it would be cool, but at the same time, animation and live action are two different beasts.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not. So their skill sets for animation and leading that might not transfer over that well to live action.
And I agree with that to a certain extent, but I think if you bring in Bruce Timm, you get better movies. Because we watched their characters and writing do not change no matter what the format is.
Yeah,
breathing life into a character and telling a story is the same thing on any format. Bruce, we were watching the Teen Titans episode or movie off of HBO Max where the girl with the Earth powers betrays them, and watching that conversation between Nightwing while he was fighting Slade, that conversation was on point. And I just stood up and was like, why is this not the live action? He said your kendo is trash to Nightwing and said you rusty as hell to Nightwing, Batman's greatest partner, his greatest student. He's dogging his and breaking it down too. I was just like, man, the action's good, the story's good with these characters. It's believable. It's not completely tied together through all these films, but it's loosely tied together. I would take Bruce Timm as the overseer, architect of their live action.
What if Bruce Timm was in charge of that film? I think it was one of his successors, Justin Tucker, I believe, or James Tucker.
Then that just proves my point even more, because Feige is the architect and he waters it down to everybody else. It passes down like, hey, this is the main thing that we're doing, and I need you guys to get me to this point. If it's a predecessor of Tim of him, then they know how he works and they know what he wants. So that just proves the point even more.
Yeah, fair. But as I said, the skill sets might not your story concepts might be good. It's the skill set of the production that gets a little wonky.
And the dude on Star Wars who created Ahsoka Tano never did live action until The Mandalorian. He did 2 episodes there.
Oh yeah,
really, right?
There is not a bad episode of Mandalorian. I couldn't even tell you which one was his. I enjoyed all those episodes.
I can tell you because the first couple director episodes he did was trash until this one.
And then he did this episode. So you're telling me his growth from one season is crazy good.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
It's a step up that Dave Filoni did. Dave Filoni, I can see him. He's going to be making a Star Wars movie in the next 3 years.
Exactly. And I'm so glad
they're going to put him in a live action. They're going to give him a movie. They're just
I'm so glad you said that because from my perspective, watching it as a fan, I couldn't tell you a bad episode of Mandalorian because I enjoyed them all. But critically, that's what the critics are saying. They're like, there is no bad episode of Mandalorian, but his episodes were the worst episodes directed.
Yeah, they are. Episode 5 and episode 3 are the worst in directing as a whole.
Right.
But the story's still there. But after
then
watching him grow from season 1 to this episode, like it's like night and day. Like they're going to give that man a movie. They need to give one to Bryce Dallas Howard, and they need to give one to Dave Filoni. Make a couple Star Wars movies, please.
And then there's I don't think they would just if that's the case, then they shouldn't hand them the keys to the big things right away just to be able to make sure they can do it. Just to be on the safe side. Like have them start with like one of the big episodes for like the DCU miniseries that they're planning, or start them off with a lesser known character at DC. That could be an interesting thing to do. An interesting concept they could do like randomly do like let's say a random DC character like Ragman or Booster Gold and start with that, and then move them up a little bit.
Danny J. Quick, where you at, baby? I did that just for you. Don't you want to know what that means? That's my spoiler voice.
Spoiler.
If anybody's still watching this, tag and know Danny J. Quick, tag him and let him know I have this whole treat for him that he just missed out on. I love making comics.
I'm like, there's your light here. Starting the sun's coming now, so let me put on the dining room light.
But my thing is that what do you want to see for the future? Oh, that's fresh, Mike.
Huh?
That's fresh, bro.
Thank you.
Really good.
Dude. Oh, you giving me life right now, bro. That is fresh.
I appreciate that, sir.
There's the future of what you're saying.
Ryan.
What's up?
You were asking us something.
I'm sorry.
You were asking us something about the future or something?
Oh, yeah. What do you think? Where do you see the future of entertainment going in general? Since, movies might actually really go out of fucking business. So
Well, with the vaccine coming, it might not be as dire, but I do see, like, for the most part, more tentpole stuff maybe going towards streaming, especially if it means, the studios keep more of the pie.
That does save them a lot of money, but I'm all for bringing movies to the studios, to the streaming services. I am all for going to the movies because I love going to the movies and I miss the experience. But it's going to take the right movie to get me to go to the movies. Like I wasn't going to go see in this situation. I'm not going to go see Mulan in the movies, but I will go see Black Widow. I will go see Fast and Furious 9. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a big enough movie for me. I just want something to come up that allows them to still continue to make these films that I have grown attached to. My grandmother is the whole reason I am even the movie buff that I am. Like, we went to the movies together to go see everything, and there, there was that whole thing. Be careful what you take your kids to see, because she definitely took me to go see RoboCop in the theaters. I definitely recited.
Damn, bro.
I definitely repeated every single line from the movie and acted it out every single weekend after seeing it. So my love for movies is long withstanding. But I'm here for the stream. I'm here for it. I got 4 kids. I am married. So streaming prices, a paywall, or a streaming service that I'm already paying for, I'm for it. And I know that's a jaded perspective because, again, it cost me almost $100 to take my family to go to the movies. And I can go over to, I can say, Danny Cooper, Victor, Ren, let's all pack at somebody's house for movie night. And that covers us all. So I look at it like that. But the person that's just, living by themselves and, might have a friend over, I can get how that's pricey,
Definitely.
I will say this: I know for Christmas Day, when it was going to be our movie. Now that's going to be on HBO Max.
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman is gonna be our movie for sure. For sure.
Yeah, we're doing stereotypical Jewish Christmas. It's not just in various ways.
Is that it's going to be such a big success, and my
Yeah.
thing is it's going to cause a rupture. It is going to cause a rupture in the industry because
You're gonna get people subscribing just for that
you're
day.
going to have tons of people just subscribing just to watch that movie.
And just in the U.S. because elsewhere they have to put in theaters.
It goes towards their box office revenue, and that's it. Like it's over.
Maybe if I had more of an understanding of how they make money off of the streams. If I
Yeah,
had more of an understanding of how they make money off of the streams.
to talk about that because I'm not because I just don't know how it's going to work. Like how much percentage is the studio is going to get? How much percentage is this is going to be that and that? My thing is that it's HBO Max is the Warner Brothers Media company.
Right.
It's a tentpole extended from them, so all the money goes to them regardless. My thing is, are they going to substitute already for people who already have subscriptions now, or are they going to count in just for new subscriptions like that?
It says if you have HBO Max, period, if you're a subscriber to HBO Max, you get it free for the month.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, I guess it's up in the air, but
Because they did it with Mulan. They tried this thing with Mulan.
But according to the numbers, Mulan was a success.
Yeah, it is a success. But like my thing is they screwed people over with Disney. That's why they're releasing Soul for free on Disney Plus.
They got so much backlash.
Yeah,
they got so much bad PR.
So it's going to be interesting.
Which is so funny because at the same time I have PlayStation Plus. I get 2 free games off of PlayStation Plus every single month, but then I still buy PlayStation.
Dropping tomorrow if you need it.
Which one?
Just Cause 4.
Oh, okay, let's go. But then and then also I still buy games for my PlayStation.
Same here.
I feel like it's the same thing, but we're viewing it differently or the audience as a whole is viewing it differently because it's a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm already paying for streaming. Why are you asking to pay for it? Well, I'm already paying to get 2 free video games, but Spider-Man just dropped in this bitch, so I gotta get it.
Yeah, I gotta get that now too, bro. I gotta get the Miles game. Do you have it, Mike?
Do I have it? Is my son's name Miles Parker Watson? The hell? Me and Miles was playing it today. All right.
I still need to beat the first one.
Oh, Daniel, you slipping, baby. You got.
I have so many games behind us. It's depressing.
Last year, bro.
I have
Spider-Man.
so many games I do not. The problem is there's only one TV in the house.
No.
I have to share with 2 other cockers.
Hey, I'm rocking the Spider-Man 2020, the Miles Morales 2020 costume right now from the game.
Suit is cold, bro.
Hey, and the best part about the suit, it ain't got no Adidas's on it.
Yeah, that suit is dirty, bro.
I love it.
That's been a whole Adidas thing to me.
Insomniac. They only had a variant of that, and they designed the back of that. Like, oh, dude, it's so good.
Okay, you have to explain the whole Adidas thing to me now.
Hey, it's fun. And Miles is much more
Dynamic.
acrobatic.
Yeah, he's
dynamic, acrobatic than Peter Parker is. And it makes sense because Miles is a young kid, with plenty of energy and, is out here really web slinging. And Peter Parker is the guy who knows how to web sling. He's already done all that. So he's doing, the moves that work the best. Oh, shoot. Hold up. Let me give you a spotlight. Boom. Hold up.
Okay.
I'm working on right now. But I started playing around with Ventress too because
here, show us again.
That's Ventress that I was working on.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, stop it. Give it to me again. Put it back up there. Quit playing it. Let me see that face. Oh my goodness, Ryan.
Yeah, and then but I'm working on Ahsoka right now because I want to at least start her right now.
Ooh, that's really nice.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait to get you at a convention selling your prints. I can't wait.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to I'm on this Mondo kick right now, bro.
Hey, it's working. I love it.
God damn it.
This really makes me wish I could draw. Darn bad motor skills.
I love how that Ventress looks, man.
Oh, I'm gonna finish it, bro. I'm gonna finish it for real. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. But I want to do this Ahsoka because I'm on this kick right now with the Mandalorian right now. So
as you should be. It's a dang good show. My kids get excited every Friday. It's like, oh, a Mandalorian episode's out. I'm like, you're right. You are freaking right. Let me see here. I need to go to the drive, right? What time is it?
It's 3:49 Eastern time.
Bro.
Thaddeus says, nice work. You gentlemen are incredibly talented. Thank you so much, Thaddeus. Very much so appreciate it. I'm probably going to wrap this up. I got a editor meeting with one of my editors to go over scripts.
This was fun.
This was super fun.
I wasn't doing nothing else today, bro.
Hey, yeah. This is I just decided to do this a couple weeks ago just to hang out and draw.
Yeah, because I'm not coming back on to do live streams until the new year. So I'll be back on the new year. But
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to get into streaming myself, but so far so good.
I don't know, Haley. I'm sorry. Don't ring me a new one. That's my editor. So she just said, probably you got to get off. It's about to be 4:00.
All right, I'll let you go.
Yeah, I'm supposed to hear from one of my editors later. So on a project I'm doing. So
all right. See ya.
See you later.